Welcome to Charlene's Kitchen. Today we're going to make some chicken Marsala. And I just wanted to show you very quickly, I've got several things already laid out. And we're going to, I got these beautiful chicken breasts and I've rinsed them really well, patted them dry. They're at room temperature. And you know the cereal box bags that your cereal comes in? I keep all of them for bread and for pounding out my chicken breast. I'll show you how. We're going to look right here. We're going to just, I could put 2 chicken breasts in this bag. I mean, it's wax paper. It's just so perfect. And then I just pound them out. Pound them out. Like so. That's it. Beautiful. I put them on a platter. Cereal bags. Hang on to them. They're terrific. For leftover breads, you know, for leftovers cookies, what have you. Wonderful. And for doing this messy job, which is never fun. But I found that it's really pretty cool when I can just pop it over. Better than the saran wrap. And I kind of forgot about this. So now there we are. And we got just a few more to go. I'm making about, I think there's 9 of them here. 9 chicken breasts. Now, you know, I always talk about the bone in. Well, this is one thing that just doesn't work. This is a different type of meal altogether. So we're just going to pound that out really nicely. If you can see that. You know what else I love this for? Breaking open a garlic clove. I just pound them out, and they break right open, and I can even smash them down. Which is sometimes, that's about all you need to do. All right, so we want to get them down to where they're all kind of a nice size, you know, thinness. You want to get it to where it's kind of equal. And, you know, not really fat on one end and thin on another. These were pretty nice chicken breasts, I have to say. So we're done with that. We're going to bring these over, and I'm going to just salt all of them, the front and the back, like so. Now we're going to put some oil in my skillet. Now, this one is a little wet, and I don't like that when it's too wet, so I'm going to pat it. It was at the bottom, so you know, as soon as you put them one on top of another, they start to form a little moisture. Okay. This one too is a little too wet. Okay. So there we are. Now, what we want to do is dredge them in a little flour. Not going to be anything else, just flour. And about a 1/2 cup of flour. A little salt to that flour. Okay, and we'll just toss that a little bit around. Maybe a little bit of pepper. A little bit of pepper. I didn't pepper the chicken breast, but we can just put a little in the flour. Okay, now I'm going to get my pan ready before I start doing that, because I just want to pop them right in here as soon as we can. So we're going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil and about a pat of butter. 1 teaspoon, you might say, a pat of butter. Oops, there we are. Let's get that going. And now we can start putting our chicken. Oh, I have my mushrooms all Uh, I rinsed them, patted them dry, and sliced them up. And our Marsala wine. Now, I use a cooking wine. The Marsala, I find that absolutely perfect. I've used regular wine, and it doesn't even taste as good as this one does. It's a Marsala cooking wine. And we want to get that just, gotta be warm enough, of course. Not warm, but, you know, hot enough. I've also chopped up about not even a half, this was a large sweet onion. So I chopped it up finely, a half, and a little garlic clove, just minced it up a little bit. That's going to go into our sauce. It's really a fairly simple dish, but extremely tasty, extremely delicious. Okay, so now here we go. We'll move you down just a little so you can see what I'm doing, I hope. Yeah, that's a really good view there, I think. All right, so I'm going to take a chicken breast and I'm just going to pat it into this. And as you can see, they're quite dry. So that makes it really nice, because if they're wet, you're not going to have a very easy time. So I'm going to put that right into my pan with the oil. And that just coat it a little bit with some flour. This too can be a wonderful dinner for company. And it's not that tough to make, and you can make it just before they're coming and have it ready, and then just warm it up a little as it'll sit in the nice sauce that we're going to make. Okay, that's about it. I'm going to get those chicken breasts browned up, and we'll cook right back. So now we're going to, the chicken is nicely browned up. Just like 2 minutes on each side, you might say, and beautiful, aren't they? Okay, so we put those on a platter. Now we're going to start making our sauce. So I'm going to add some olive oil, about, again, a tablespoon of olive oil. Not even quite. Half a tablespoon. Half a tablespoon. And a little bit of butter. About a teaspoon of butter or so. Yeah, there it is. Let me get that going. We're going to... Now we're going to saute our mushrooms with the garlic and the onion, okay? Doesn't that sound delicious? You can't miss with ingredients like that. So here we go. Here we go. That pan is still pretty hot from the chicken. You know, it doesn't take too long to do this either. Once you prep your ingredients, whoa, wow, that was really... gangbuster time, wow. Okay. It didn't take long you gotta get the chicken ready and get it at room temperature, chop your little onion and garlic, and it's not so bad. Not to, when you consider other type of meals, that you make. Okay, so there's our onions. And our garlic. So we're going to add the mushrooms, and I like a lot of mushrooms. 2 of those boxes, that they sell them in, and the reason that I like more than maybe they said 12-ounce packages, but I don't know. I think this is probably more than that, because they kind of cook down to almost nothing, and so you can have what you think quite a bit, and yet, wow, it's like a little tiny bowl of mushrooms, and I love mushrooms. So, I guess it goes by taste, but you'll see how this will cook down almost to nothing, because a mushroom is just, I guess, 90% water, I think. So that's why when you cook them down, they kind of disappear. So there we go. We're going to get these cooked down, and we'll be right back. So now the water from the mushrooms is just about cooked away. So I wanted you to take a quick look at that. See how that looks now? Look at that. You saw a big pile that I had there. And it's just about done. And the flavor that the mushrooms give is just awesome. It's just awesome. So here we go. So now we're going to add about half a cup of Marsala wine to that. About a half a cup. Maybe a little more than a half a cup. Because I've got quite a bit of mushrooms here. I think I put 3/4, but the recipe calls for half a cup. If you have less mushrooms than I had. By the way, these are Baby Bella mushrooms, okay? They didn't have any of the white ones, and actually, I like these even better because their flavor is more intense. At least I think it is. So you could experiment, you know. So there, we got that in there. Now I didn't have any broth, chicken broth, and I'm just going to make my own chicken broth, okay? So it's a cup of water to about, let's see, what do I have here? Oh, half a tablespoon of this chicken base that I use for my chicken soup and for all those good things that I need a little more flavor. So I'm just going to toss that and swirl that around a little bit here. And that's going to be into our chicken broth. Just as good, just as good. I don't know. Sometimes this even adds more flavor than the chicken broth. So here we are. So I'm just mixing that up. The wine is in there. I'm going to add that 1 cup of chicken broth. Well, that I made myself. You know, any kind of chicken. Or you can use a cup of bone-in chicken broth. That's all good. Wonderful. I just don't have any right now. And I'm not big on that because I don't know if it really is worth what they charge you for those containers of chicken broth. I don't know. So now I just want to bring this to a simmer. Okay. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of parsley to that. Fresh parsley if you have it. I don't. This is a tablespoon of just dehydrated parsley. Okay. And it's amazing, isn't it? How the chicken, the mushrooms just kind of, you know, they disappear. You could have a great big pile of them. So, and if you like more, then put 2 boxes in, which is what I did. And and the recipe, if I recall, it says, in fact, there's a recipe right on the Marsala wine, cooking wine. It's right there. This is similar to what they say. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. So now, we're going to add our chicken breasts as soon as that comes to a boil. And there it is. It's already there. So, we're going to add the chicken breast in there. And those chicken breasts, I sauteed them in the olive oil and butter for about 2 minutes on each side, okay? You don't want to cook them overcook them. And so we're just going to add those to this beautiful sauce. You know, that they're almost like, might say, poaching, you know? Because chicken breasts can get really tough and rubbery. And maybe that's why I'm just not too much for the chicken breast without a bone. I'm going to have a hard time squeezing, so I might have to just overlap it a little bit, huh? And there's that oil from that chicken that was there. I'm just going to, just put that all in there. Don't waste a drop of all that chicken broth. There's the real chicken broth coming from that chicken breast, the real chicken broth. And we just put that in there. Oh my God, this is so wonderful. So wonderful. And we just bring that to a light little simmer. Here's my spoon. And bring those mushrooms up on the top. I don't know how this recipe would work for people who don't really enjoy mushrooms and wouldn't want to add them. I think, you know, these mushrooms, they really give a beefy flavor, especially these baby bellas, a bella mushroom. You know, it's got that brown little top. If you look for them at the grocery store, I don't know, this is just a terrific beefy flavor. I'm just gonna let that simmer a little bit in there, and we're gonna plate that up. There's our cute little bunny with some white daisies today. Says hi. Weather's getting cooler. It's lovely. It's not so hot like it was a couple of days ago. Anyway, I did plate up our wonderful chicken marsala, and I made some of these little noodles with it. And when you put a little butter in the pan, after it, you throw your noodles in, add a little water, and they'll steam up, and they get really wonderful tasting. So we've got our mushrooms and that wonderful Marsala wine taste in our chicken. Oh my God, I can't wait to taste this. This is so good. I'm going to bring this up so you can see me. I feel guilty eating this chicken in front of you. But anyway, let's see. Oh, that's good. That gravy is just so, it has a really wonderful taste. It's with the mushrooms. And there's Chloe. You see her? She's looking for something. What are you looking for, Chloe? Huh? Yeah, you like some of this. I hope you make this a wonderful chicken marsala. You can make it with rice or mashed potatoes, whatever you like. You know, for me, I'll just stick with the chicken. I love it. I hope you try my recipe. Chloe does too.